Here's our Chief Election Analyst, Tom Connell, looking at the latest numbers. Tom, what's your read on things at the moment? Is there momentum one way or the other right now? Is it as clear as that?
Not quite. I do think there's an early good sign for Donald Trump out of North Carolina. Let's look at the map first of all and how this is taking shape. You can see Donald Trump up to 111 now. A few more getting coloured in, including Arkansas there. So that's been declared, no surprise, the 6 electoral college votes. What we keep looking at, of course, are our battleground states. So we're getting numbers in everywhere now except Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona. Very, very early numbers in Michigan, so don't worry about them too much. Two I want to look at. First of all, why don't we go to North Carolina? The reason I want to look at that, I think it's starting to look decent, albeit with not much counted. I think there are early good signs for Donald Trump. Why am I saying that? Well, when we look at some of those counties he held last time, Cherokee, another one as well with a similar amount. He's increased his margin a little bit, 2 to 3%. Cherokee's 76% counted. So that's what we're trying to look at. Counties that are way beyond something that's far too early at 13.6, nearly 80% counted, and he's increased his margin a bit. The other one of the really big counties there, Mecklenburg, Kamala Harris, two things. Is she keeping up her vote? In that county, she is so far, but the turnout there, projected turnout, is a little bit lower. So given Donald Trump, of course, last election carried North Carolina by about 1.3%. Just those early signs, I'm not making a prediction here, but those early signs I think are good for Donald Trump to hold North Carolina. Way too early to say anything. And those, we're not talking about things shifting around a lot, but if anything's shifting even slightly in his way, given he holds it, I think there are early good signs there. Way too early in Pennsylvania as well. The interesting thing around that vote, you can see 8.2% counted. This was always going to have a blue mirage. The first ballots that come in are mail ballots. They've already been processed ahead of time. They're ready to go in. They count and quickly they go in. So don't worry about the 71% there at the moment. I have looked at one of the so-called boomerang counties, Kieran. These are counties that have gone between the successor, if you like. One of them, Northampton, which was won by Donald Trump in 2016 and then by Joe Biden. Really early numbers there. Very good for Kamala Harris. Too good, really. It's basically mainly mail-in ballot that's skewing that. But on those early numbers, so far it's essentially tracking as we thought it would, a sort of blue mirage, if you like. So it's too early to take anything out of Pennsylvania other than the Democrats, as expected, polling very strongly early on. I might have a little go as well. Again, I haven't called North Carolina, but let's see that does go to the Trump camp. You just see how things tighten a little bit. Let's say as well, this Florida Latino vote is really strong and goes to Arizona. You see Donald Trump sort of close in, and we're just talking about a narrowing of the board if that happens. Neither of the things have happened yet. A narrowing of the board if that happens towards Kamala Harris, of course, having to get to 270. So, the fewer spots you have, the harder it starts to get. So not calling them, but I'm just saying North Carolina looks good at the moment. And the only reason I'm speculating about Arizona is just extrapolating really good votes so far for Donald Trump in those strong Latino areas of Florida. It doesn't mean they transfer over, but it's just worth sort of noting. So we'll keep playing around with this map, but all focus for now as well on these battleground states. So numbers starting to get in. I'm going to get off and have a look at Michigan and see where the vote's coming in. Again, don't worry about how much that's gone blue-red. And a good indication is North Carolina. Not long ago, that was 65% Kamala Harris, and now you can see neck and neck.